Hey, hello. My name is Kevin, and today is Saturday, the 16th of January 2021, and this is your morning message and meditation. I hope you're well and you're finding this Saturday morning so far good. Um, Not a lot to share with you this morning. I had a good day yesterday here in the Carolinas. It was chilly, but it's winter and it was wet. And sort of like today out there, it's sort of soupy already. Um, that fog, that damp, that sort of where there's a cloud of warmth over the top and or underneath the clouds, if you will, and cold above it. It's quite interesting. I find weather a good distraction to be in that when it's stormy and the clouds are all, I don't know if I like that dull grey clouds, but I like to watch clouds, look at them, see the shapes of them, watch how the sun just kind of comes through them, um just to be witness to the things that for the most part of my life I kind of just let drift on by. I never really paid attention to it. And that, my friends, brings us to our reading for the today. Reading message, I don't know what you want to call it. Here are the cards that showed up. There. Ease and Grace, the angel of ease and grace, or the messages from the angel was ease and grace. And then the wisdom from the hidden realms. Hidden realms being a world full of lords and queens and other energies that come with it, that speaks the word of the angel of ease and grace, is the ringmaster of scrutiny. Discernment, clear vision, and details. What I've learned about, let me move over here, there you go. What I've learned about these two is, yes, we have talked this week about transformation and going for what you want and claiming what you want and seeing clearly, using meditation to go within to raise your vibration and move away from all the distractions that are going on. And there's a lot of them. In that, there's a feeling that once we have the confidence and we have the fortitude and we're moving along and it's feeling good, even though others haven't got there yet, haven't found their way there yet, we have been pretty steadfast in sticking to the program, sticking to the plan, and being okay with when the plan alters and changes and switches, and not making it mean something, not attaching an emotion to it, but just thinking, okay, well, this may be the way it should be, or this is the way, things are the way they are. And the two choices we have, acceptance or not. The non-acceptance for me is linked to resistance. Resistance looks like, oh no, no, we're not having that. That's a bit of resistance. So the angel of ease and grace teaches that slow down, take a step back, take a deep breath. So when the energy begins to feel like you want to push forward, you want to rush, you've made your decision, you've got your plan in place, now you want it to happen tomorrow. That's my experience. And this week I've listened to quite a few podcasts about my sun sign, which is Scorpio, and then of course my ascendant sign, which is Leo. I tend to take a little peek into both those signs, not so much because I'm worried about the psychic messages. I got some fantastic guides that tell me that. But more, when's the planets lined up? What can I expect? And is there any little nugget of information that I could use to explain, to make sense of? And all these little bits of information that come are worth it worth it to me. So all week long, I've had this message: just slow down, don't be so impatient, don't be in a big rush to get things done. And I kept thinking to myself, why is that coming up? Oh, it's how we are being taught to process and manage delays. So, the ringmaster of scrutiny. Have you not noticed out there in the world, and I think it's quite delightful, these two cards show up and the message I get behind it, that delivery packages are slower. Their companies will tell you we're having delays due to COVID. We are all being forced to literally slow down on every level, everywhere. You go into stores if you take that chance. I go early in the morning, and there might be one or two customer service people and lots of people in line. That's not me. I'm not up for that. Everyone's impatient. They want it now. Case in point, lines and appointments for vaccinations, super slow. So where is the message of slow down, take it easy, you'll get your turn, things will be fine? The other big piece of this puzzle, the ringmaster of scrutiny, is really about everything is in the finer details. That to do a small, simple act of kindness, a tiny little movement forward, can have a greater impact than rushing and pushing and getting ahead of yourself, or falling over, or doing something so quickly you break it. I was with a client yesterday who, when it came time to pay, had misplaced the card that she typically likes to use. And so I could feel intuitively and visually the panic rushing through the bag and rushing through the pockets, and this lifted, heightened feeling of panic, anxiety. Oh my goodness, what have I done with it? Where is it? Was it gone? And I was urged to say, slow down, take it easy. It's okay. You can pay later. You can call me with the number when you find it. It's all good. Little details like that. Now, I got clear. I got quiet and said, I think it's probably in your car. And I think perhaps you holding on to it, making sure you had it, putting it where you knew you could get to it, you dropped it. And I think it's on the floor of your car. And the panic, the craziness was just ongoing. And I knew that nothing, the small details of just go to your car, just let's take a walk down the hallway, wasn't going to work. That the mind was rushing into, I've got to pay my bill and I can't find my card and somebody's got it, somebody's stopped. All of that storytelling that we do when something happens that turns the corner and takes the curve a bit differently. Sure enough, we get to the car, there it was on the floor. Taking time out to slow down, using the ringmaster of scrutiny to take note of the finer details, the nuances, the sounds, shape of clouds, the song of the birds, even watching a pet or a loved one take a nap. You watch the rise and fall of their chest, and you listen to, even if it's snoring, doesn't matter. You're listening to life, the essence of life, the pulse of life, the energy of life, actually at work and doing what it needs to do. that is living with ease and with grace. It isn't rushing to get to the next thing. Likely a year ago, close to it, we were learning about this global panic. People weren't sure what to do. No one ever said this was going to go on forever. It's not going to go on forever. We have moved past the major shifting. Now it's time to adjust. We're in an adjustment period, I think. And what does that adjustment period look like? You're either on board to slow down, work with what's important, work with what matters, and find a new way to live a big life. Now, for those of you that are brought up in the tech culture, tech industry, phones and digital communication, it's fantastic. We need them. It speeds up the human process. But there's also a human element. And I think what most people forget is we are actually spiritual beings. We are actually part of a greater purpose, having a human experience. Not to put a morbid energy onto it, but if you've ever watched, witnessed, or been around anyone that's passed, any soul that's ever lifted, and I tend to talk about this without, there's definitely sadness when I know that somebody I love and I care about, my lovely, good, wonderful friends in this life, Denson and Billy, who I'm so grateful are here. Yes, I know you're here. And my gran, who I know's with me. I'm grateful. I'm grateful to know that, wow, I have the ability to do that. As do a lot of people. A lot of people have the ability. And it's my hope, my faith, my dream, my wish for all of you out there who are watching this or who are seeing this, who are listening to this, to learn, oh yeah, okay, I've got it down this side now. That's the side of, releasing, letting go of the information. Receiving comes from the left, giving up goes to the right. So I was digressing. All right, hold on a minute. I never anticipated that the spirit guides would come and I'm going to use the word interfere with the message in the meditation, but they do. And it's a good interference. But hang on a minute. I want to just bring in the fact that my hope, my wish, my dream for all of you is that, we're losing people we know, people we love, people we trust, people we care about. They're passing. Well, I like to think in my heart of hearts, as I now know, they're not gone really. They just got up out the body. Excuse me. When you watch the soul break loose from the physical human piece, it's beautiful. And I know that sounds really morbid and crazy when we're looking at photos, if you're on the news, of people basically being suffocated. They've got masks on their faces, they've got machines, they've got beeping going on. Really? What soul, what spirit wants to be part of that? And I'm not making a judgment call. Those healthcare workers are doing whatever they can to keep the soul and the spirit in the body living. For who? And I'm being a little bit out on a limb, and maybe that's why the spirits are trying to be like, ooh, be careful here what you're saying, what you're suggesting. I just look at it in a bigger way. Yes, I've got friends that I've shared with them. My driver's license has a DNR, do not resuscitate. I don't intend to become a victim of the COVID-19 virus. I don't intend it. I'm doing what I need to do to not contract it. I don't think anyone really intends that, including the people who unfortunately have contracted it and have left us, and the families that are changed, altered, and forever changed and altered because of it. So, in this message is that these loved ones, these mums and dads and brothers and sisters and people you went to high school with, and all those folks that you love so much, keep loving them. Like I said yesterday, keep honoring their life and keep it present, keep it going. If you feel like having a chat with them, have a chat with them. It's very interesting when you get used to talking to their spirit, their soul. The only way I can describe this is, have you ever had a conversation with somebody that you're talking to them and you're telling them all the things that are going on and they are somewhere else, not even paying attention? And you look across, and they're in their own world, doing their own thing. They're gone. It's a bit like that. To get their attention, you almost have to say, well, you're not even paying attention to me. This is how you kind of communicate with the ones that you've lost. Bring the essence of the relationship you had with them around you. Find something that connects you to that person. That's the kind of the beginning part of it, because it opens that channel of, I'm going to bring the relationship I had. One of the other questions I get asked a lot about channeling or getting information from the spirit world is, how do you know who it is? Well, I need an open channel, meaning I need another person who is open to it, who's open to what I can get. I just can't. Sometimes I can randomly find information if it's something I need to know, something I need to get to. But if I'm sitting in front of somebody, I need their energy. I need to have their sort of spirit piece open for it to happen. And I don't know why that is. It just is that way for me. And when another person says, well, I'd like to learn how to do it, what you're doing now in this meditation, being quiet, is exactly that. Ease and grace, becoming a clear channel, not distracted by electronic devices, what you've got to do next, the overwhelming, all of the things that it's like a cul-de-sac of worry. You just keep going around in circles. Can't get out of it. That's distracting. So the energy of distraction, of the worry, of the things I tell you when we're doing the meditation, let it go down to your feet and get absorbed by the earth. All of that is heavy. It's the vibration of keeping us locked and loaded and anchored. The lightness happens when you lift the vibration, listen to something like music, something that makes you sort of dance and giggle, that bubbly kind of lightness vibration. It's a feeling. It's a feeling of running through a field of grass and hands out wide, or in the middle of the winter making snow angels. That crazy, wild, free, that's the feeling of lifting vibration. So how come it is that spirit doesn't come to us and let us know that they're there? Well, they actually do. All the time. We're just not paying attention. Remember the analogy? Someone's talking to you, you're having this whole conversation, and your friend is just gone, not even there, not paying attention. All right, so now you become the spirit. And the friend that's going off and not paying attention and in their own world is you. And that spirit has been trying to connect and hasn't been able to, because you've been distracted. The other part of it, though, I have a lot of folks that say, well, I would be hoping that this person, that person, the other person would like to come through. I don't say it, But I know, well, the fact that you're asking knows that they are. And they're using a third party, me, to do it. Because people don't believe they can. People have no clue they're able to do this. At first, when I started doing things like this, I thought it was weird. It was just really different. Not in a bad way, just in a way that I wasn't able to quite understand it. And then I went to classes in the late 80s and early 90s and did it. Then I did it to the point where I was in groups of people doing it, having group channeling sessions. Would open up myself. Well, Amy, what's the matter? Open up myself to allowing my own physical body to go to trance and let spirits come through and talk. That's exhausting physically. It's hard to do it. The vibration of a spirit is big and massive and full of energy, and I've got this somewhat little body. That's tough, but I did it. Now it's easier for me to be a semi-conscious trance channel, meaning I know they're there. I've got them. I've got a relationship to where, you know what, they don't have to come in and jabber and talk. They can just tell me what they need for me to pass on. That's really what I've got to say about that. I think I went off on a tangent. I didn't mean to, but hey. Right, let's get reading. I want to look at this book today. I was doing my shuffling this morning, and I could feel something over. That's why I keep this book on the corner. I could feel something over here grabbing, and I looked. It was this little blue sphere that happened. So okay, maybe we want to look at this book. So I'm just going to do what I do with Melody Beattie's book and open it up and see what the message is here. This book is written by my somewhat friends, Gail Hunt and Moldy Fowler. And here we have birds. And then, of course, you see the message, just simple: rise above with love. Think about that, how the energy of worry and woe and anxiety and this is down. It's heavy. It's weighted. There's the energy of love is lifted. It's light. It's buoyant. Let's hear what today's date being the 16th of January, what the 16th of January offers us. I found that feathers, if you find wild feathers like this, I think this might be a hawk or an owl, great bookmarks for spiritual books. I love them. 16th of January says, see how happy you are. Most of us have a very active imagination. We have the power to visualize, to create in our minds what we cannot see yet with our eyes. The problem is that many of us use this power to visualize events we'd really rather not see. We conjure up all sorts of images about the bad, the painful things that could happen. Maybe it's time to use the potent creative power of visualization to create pictures of all the good we would like to see in our lives. What would you like to see happen in your life? Create a picture you can see. The more real you make it, the better it will be. See yourself in the picture. Try to involve all your senses. Visualize yourself touching, hearing, speaking, smelling, feeling. Charge your picture with as much emotional energy as you can. Use any spare moments stretched out on the sofa, in your bed, before you fall asleep, driving your car, soaking in the tub to create positive pictures for your life. Make a project out of it. Make a list and keep it nearby. If you don't know what to put on your list, ask yourself, ask God, ask the universe to help you, show you. See yourself doing all the things you'd like. Take the time to use your creative power of visualization to create the life you like. Above all, take the time to see yourself being happy. Wow. So that goes right back to, this is why I love doing this kind of work, because it's just magical. Take the time. The ringmaster of scrutiny, discernment, clear vision, visualization, details, pay attention to them, and ease and grace, take your time. What can be more easy and graceful than filling up a bath full of beautiful, wonderful, warm, fragrant water? Maybe put a couple of drops of rose oil or lavender oil or ylang ylang or anything like that. You want to just feel just lovely in there. Or stretching out on the sofa on a wet, wintry afternoon. I don't know. All those things, I think, bring me a place of ease and grace. All right. It is now time to meditate. Feet flat on the floor, my friends, and eyes closed. Let's see. My palms today will be open. You can choose to bring your palms down, bring your arms across your chest, bring your hands to your heart. Choose what feels right for you and do it intuitively. Take a big breath in. Release the air out. Another breath in. And release. Last breath in, fill up. Hold it. Bring more in. Hold it. Bring more in. And release. Work on the rhythm, the inhale and the exhale of your breath, and be present to each piece of it. At the top of every inhale, and the bottom of every exhale, there's a second or two of space. Let yourself just be in that space between inhaling and exhaling. Bring your mind and your consciousness to that space, the pause, the stopping point. There's an opportunity for some change to happen. Be with the feeling that you feel. With your consciousness on your breathing. Send energy and air, healing energy, healing air to all the joints that are trapping the energy, that create resistance stiffness, the lack of growth, the fear of growth. If you can see, feel and believe that the stiffness, the mild ache, the discomfort is trapped energy that wanted to flow and didn't get to. Pockets of fear that manifest themselves as stress, as resistance, become pain. Fear manifesting into worry, increasing to anxiety, manifesting as control, resulting in anger, are all disabilities. Let the breath in become the key to release, to let go, to lift, to heal. Let it be the energy that loves, the energy that accepts, the energy that transforms. Fear is a prison of your own mind. Begin to bring your consciousness to your third eye center, the area behind or between your eyebrows. The area behind and inside your forehead. Picture an event or a thing or a situation in your life that you would like to have. Make this image a visualization of what you have been longing for, and see yourself achieving it, of already having it. With your clairaudience skills, hear the messages from those who support you and love you. Hear them congratulating you on this achievement. With your clairvoyant skills, picture yourself. You have just realized this longing, this dream. It is reality. Feel your heart, your entire being filling with joy, with love, with excitement. Be with the feeling of confidence in the wisdom and knowledge that you have been able to see, hear, feel, and manifest the dream and the goal that has been part of your heart and your heart's desire. Continue with your breath. Continue using your clairvoyant skills to see and hear what you have manifested. Gently bring yourself back to the environment that you're in. Your hands to prayer at heart center to honor the work you've done this morning and the message you've learned. Lift your thumb knuckles to your third eye center. Together we'll bow and honor each other as we say Namaste. Thank you for that. Thank you for letting me do that. There's one more visualization skill that you can employ if you're doing that. If you want to manifest something, clairaudient is the ability to hear something that you don't physically hear. Clairvoyant is the ability to see something that you're not seeing with your eyes. There's a third one that's called psychometric skills. The psychometric skills are the mind's ability to imagine the feel of something, the touch of something, the texture of something. The psychometric skills that are part of your psychic ability, your sixth sense, takes a little longer to develop, or it doesn't. And it really depends on what kind of field of expertise you're in this life. If you're in the expertise where, like me, I touch and feel the texture of hair or the feel and the texture of things, chefs touch and feel the texture of food, taste food. If you're in a creative field, the psychometric types of skill set is a little easier because you're already using the physical skills of touch. So those are just little nuances, I think, of and part of being able to see, visualize, and manifest things that are not here. All right, have a great Saturday. Do something that matters. Take time to take in the details, and I'll join you back here again tomorrow morning, 5:30. Thanks so much. Bye.